I've been thinking about success. Not success itself, but how it's measured by most people. I think it's fame and fortune, being rich or, having people all over the world know you. It's never been that way for me. Well, maybe a couple years after graduation from college. I wanted to be the CEO of a major corporation, but that little idea faded quickly. Actually, for me, it's always been more about how I live my life. That's how I determined my success. I knew from an early age, high school, that I wanted to be a writer, and if I could, I wanted to be able to see as much of the world as I could. It took me a while, a few small steps, but by the time I was 35, I decided to grab a master's degree in theater and study playwriting. 3 years later, I was a playwright with a degree. Not that that made me famous or rich, but it satisfied one of the goals that I had in life. The seeing the world part happened about 13 years later when I joined the Peace Corps, and they put me in Central Asia in a country called Kyrgyzstan. Had never heard of it before, but it changed my life. It actually took me to the end of the road that I was traveling in my life. I became the person I wanted to be, a giver, a person who had a curiosity for cultures and things like that. While I was in Kyrgyzstan, I decided I didn't want to go back to the United States, and I ended up in China for 5 years, teaching English at a university. Now I've been in Mexico for a little over 6, and in those years I had traveled a lot. In China, I went to Southeast Asian countries. They were very close and cheap. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm a successful guy. I'm living the life I want to live, doing the 2 things I really wanted to do. Teach, it's like the 3rd one, but I teach, travel, and I write. Those are the 3 things that make me happy, fulfill me, and measure me in my mind as a successful man.